Welcome to today's practice. I'm going to call today's class a bit more of a dynamic flow. I like to think of it as a more activating, awakening class, and it's really about moving the body in all directions, but kind of on those days where you just feel the body needs a little bit of everything, but we're also going to be bringing in repetition. So we'll be moving through a couple of movements, flowing in and out of them, repeating them 6 to 8 times, so that we still have a bit of a mindfulness component to it, but that we get the body going as well. So we're going to be mostly quite close to the floor, and we're going to start off on our backs. I'm not going to be using any props for today's class, but as always, you can always have them nearby if you feel like you want to incorporate them into your practice. So let's start lying on our back. And if you know lying on your back is tricky for you, you can set yourself up at an incline with a block and a bolster. But we're going to just be here for a couple of breaths before we start to move. So take the feet wide, let the knees knock together, connect hands to baby, and then just take some nice deep breaths. This is one of my favorite ways to move in the morning when you feel like you just need to really wake the body up. It's also nice for those days where the body might be a little bit stiff or achy, and we don't want anything too vigorous, but we do want to move. So let's just feel some nice deep belly breaths here, inhaling to expand into the palms. And exhale to soften and relax. We'll take 5 more like that. Last 2. And the last one. Let the hands rest down to the sides of the body. Let's bring the feet parallel for some bridges. So we'll keep the hands grounded, push to the feet, get a nice lift of the hips up, squeezing at the top. And exhale, curling all the way down. So we're going to link breath to movement here. On your inhale, you curl and lift up. And exhale down. Do 4 more. Last 2. And the last one. Going to keep that right foot down, lifting your left leg up, and then doing 3 rounds just with the right leg lifting. Now, this can be really tough. So if you struggle with one-legged bridges, then you're going to keep both legs down. So let's lift it up and lower. 2 more. And lower. And the last one. Take that left ankle above the right knee into a figure 4 shape. You can take your arms out into cactus arms into a T shape. Going to take both legs over to the right. So taking it into a twist and rocking it back. So a little bit more dynamic movement here, rocking to the right and bringing it back. You may start to notice a stretch into your left outer hip. 3 more. 2. And 1. Okay, bringing it all the way back. Let's take our left foot down. Right leg is going to lift up, hands along the side of the body. 3 lifts up here with your bridge, pushing that left hip up and lowering down. Okay, 2 more. And lower. And the last one. Lowering the hips down, right ankle on top, arms out to the side, and let's rock. Take it over to the left and bringing it back. Good. 4 more like that. Last 2. And the last one. Okay, bringing it back, let that right leg land back down onto the mat. We'll hug both knees into the chest. Take the knees nice and wide, and you can hold it there, or once again, gently rock from side to side. We'll rock ourselves over onto one side. It doesn't matter which side. Come to lie on your side, propping yourself onto your bottom elbow. Knees are going to be bent, knees down onto the floor. And your top arm is just going to be landed onto the right hip. As we lift up, push the knees down, big stretch up and over, and lowering the hips all the way down. Good, let's do 4 more like that. Lifting up, and lower. 3, and 2, and the last one. Keeping the knees together like they are, coming to sit all the way up so that you're in kind of a seated mermaid position. Knees are going to be stacked, well, kind of like an M sitting position. Going to take your right hand onto your right shin, reaching that left arm up and over, and bringing it all the way down. Okay, so we're repeating here 4 more. Reaching up and lowering down. 3, head and neck relaxed. 2, and the last one. Bringing it up, leaning over to your left side, swing the legs around, propping onto your bottom elbow, knees stacked. Left hand stays down. You've got your 4 lifts up into your side plank, hips lift up, arm reaches over, and lower down. Good, 3 more, lifting up, and lower. Last 2. And the last one. Lowering the hips down, pushing yourself all the way back up into an M shape. Left hand is going to hold onto that left shin, and we take right arm up and over and bringing it back. Good, 4 more. Head and neck can be relaxed for the last 3. 2. And the last one. Bringing it all the way back up. Let's push ourselves onto our hands and our knees. And we'll just start off with some gentle cat and cow. So let's bring the hands nice and shoulder width apart, knees about hip width apart. As you inhale, arching into the back. And as you exhale, hug baby in, draw to spine, and then push through the hands as you round through the back. Okay, 3 more like that. Inhale. And exhale for cat. Last two. And the last one. Let's keep moving here. Take the knees a little bit wider. Feet can be towards one another. You'll move through the cat and cow, but as you rock forward and back. So your inhale will be a cow. Exhale, rocking back for a cat stretch, almost towards a child's pose. Stretching the arms forward. Now, flowing with your breath, you choose how fast or as slow you want to go. It really depends on what feels good for you. So just flow at the rhythm of your own breath, almost like you're rocking forward and back with your breath, but bringing in that arch into the spine as well. Let's do 3 more. 2. And 1. Bring yourself back up onto your hands and your knees. Take the knees parallel once again. We'll take our body over to the right side, almost like you're trying to squeeze to that right side, peek at the right heel. You can bump your hips out to the left, and we sway from side to side here. So it's kind of like doing a cat and cow side to side, and just let your hips move with you. Over to the right, and to the left. Let's do 3 more each way. Last one, each side. And then we'll return all the way back onto our hands and our knees in the center. Let's keep the hips high, walk the hands forward into your puppy stretch, either dropping the forehead down or staying up on your elbows and letting the body relax down. We'll bring the body all the way back up. You can stay on your hands. You're welcome to drop down onto your elbows at any point in this next move if it feels a little bit tricky for the wrists. So we're going to do single leg bird dogs. And I want you to think of everything from the shoulders to the hips staying still, taking your right leg back behind you. You can just stay onto the right toes. Going to lift that right leg up and lowering it down. Okay. We're going to do 7 more of this. It's kind of just like you're waking up through the back of the leg and stabilizing through the rest of the body. Good. Let's do another 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Hold it up. Take it over to the left side, pushing the heel back, and then bring it up to the center, pushing the heel back. So it's kind of like you're adding on like a little rainbow shape as you find movement in a bit of like a little curtsy squat in kneeling position. Let's do 3 more, crossing it over, pushing it back, and bringing it back to center, pushing it back. The more you lift that leg up, the more you'll work through the back of the leg too. And the last one. Good, dropping that right knee down, take the left leg back onto the toes. And you've got your 8 lifts here. Arms are nice and strong, pushing down into the floor, lifting it up and lower. Good. And we're about halfway here. Can we do another 4 more? 3, 2. And then the last one, lifting it up, crossing it over, pulsing it back, and then bringing it back to the center and pushing it back. Another 3 more. 2. And the last one. Good. Bring yourself all the way back to kneeling, coming to stand up on your knees. Let's take that left leg forward. And you're coming into a lunge shape. So your hands are just going to be interlaced above that left knee, and you'll just pulse the hips forward and then send them back. Now, depending on how you feel with your balance, you may be able to rock it all the way back and come all the way forward. You are welcome to also take your hands down onto the mat if you need some support, or even have your hands to the inside of that left foot as you move forward and back. Okay, let's do 3 more. 2. And the last one. Take yourself back into your lunge, dropping the hands to the inside of your left foot. Right hand will stay down. We'll open the left arm up and lower it down. 3 more twists. Left arm up and lowering it down. Last 2. And lower. And the last one. Good. Lowering that left hand down. The next move might be a little bit tricky. We're going to turn over to a left skandasana or left low lunge. So you can use the hands down on the floor for support. You may feel that you need your hands on blocks or something to stay higher up. If your left heel doesn't ground, you can see mine doesn't either. That's okay. Just going to stretch out through that right leg. Using the support of your hands or floating the hands, take it over to the right side. Stretching it out here. Good. One more time each side. Over to the left. And over to the right. Turn towards this right knee, dropping your left knee down, and you're in your lunge on the second side. So hands are going to be above that right knee at first, pulsing it forward, and sending it back. Good. Let's do 3 more. 2. And the last one. Bring yourself forward into a lunge. Keep your left hand down. Reach your right arm up. And lower. Good. 3 more twists. Opening up. And lower. Last 2. And down. And the last one. Okay, lowering that right hand down, turning over into that side lunge once again, holding it here on the right side. And then take it over to the left. One more time each way, over to the right. And then over to the left, turning into your lunge, taking that left knee back, take your knees wide, toes to touch, send the hips back into a child stretch, either having the forehead down or just the elbows down, holding it here. Taking 5 breaths. After your fifth breath, we'll bring the hands down. We're going to move through downward dog and plank rocks. So I'll give you a modification. So I'll show you firstly what the full version looks like. So you'll move from your plank and pushing back down dog. And you don't have to come fully forward into your plank. You just go as far as what feels comfortable for your core and pushing it back. For a modification, you'll have the knees down, you'll lean forward and rock back. Okay. So let's go for about 8 rounds here. And you can even take a little bit of a pause into your down dog if it feels good. And like I said, you can adjust your plank, especially in your later trimesters, that maybe you don't go as forward into your full plank. Halfway. Let's do 4 more. Last 2. After your last one, hold it in your downward facing dog. Take your feet nice and wide, turn your toes out, walk your hands all the way back to your feet into a little malasana squat. You can have your hands or your elbows to the inside of the knees, maybe rocking from side to side to get some movement in those hips. Okay, a little bit of dynamic movement here again. Going to take your hands out in front of you, straighten the hips up. You notice how wide my feet are staying, and then exhale, dropping back down. Just 4 more of those. Straighten it out and lower it down. 3 and lower. Last 2 and lower. It's nice work for the legs. Last one. And lower all the way down into your squat. Just hold it there for a second. Keep your right arm, twist the left arm up. And then left arm down, right arm up. Walking your hands all the way back forward. Swing the legs around and coming into seated. Okay, hopefully the hips here are feeling nice and awake. Or the whole body, hopefully. We'll take our hands back behind us. So we'll do reverse tabletops. Going to do just kind of like tap downs, which means we're just going to lift and lower. It also helps you to modify how high you want to go. So with the hands back behind you, feet are going to be down onto the floor. Going to lift the hips up. And then tapping the hips down. Okay, we're going to do 5 more of those. Lifting up and lower. 4. Anytime if it's too much, just skip it out. 3. 2. And the last one. Okay, lower it down, taking the soles of the feet together and stretching over into your butterfly stretch. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Bringing yourself up. Let's straighten that left leg out. Step your right foot onto the mat. Right hand onto your left shin. Right hand onto your right shin. And open up to the left side into a twist. Swapping it out. Right leg straight, left knee bends. Twist to the right. Yeah, bring the body back through to center, hands back behind you, step the feet onto the mat, and windshield the hips from side to side. I really do love these. I almost do them every day. So nice for the hips. And for the back, I reckon too. Let's do 2 more each way. And then bring it back through to center, straighten your legs out, take the legs just a bit wide so that you've got enough space to fold forward, in between the legs, reaching the arms forward. Just holding it here. If you want to, you can even sway from side to side if it feels good for the legs and the back. Bringing it all the way back up. Let's come back to lying. Just for one more stretch here, rolling onto your side. Let's lie on the left side. Keep the knees bent, cactus that right arm, open up into a twist as far as what your back feels comfortable with. Holding it there. Bringing it back through to the center. Take the knees over to that right side. You can let your body roll over onto the right and then open up that shoulder to the left. So coming into the twist. And then bringing it all the way back down to lying. You have the option here, if your core feels fine with it, you can lift both legs up. Knees can be bent, and we're just going to find a few ankle rolls. If that's too much, then have one leg up, rolling the ankle out. I'll let you know once it's half time. You're halfway. And then you can swap it out now. Lift the other leg up, rolling the ankles out. And then dropping the knees wide, taking a hold of the ankles or the feet into a happy baby. And then drawing the soles of the feet together, dropping one foot down and then the other. Coming to land in a butterfly stretch. Let the hands rest on the belly once again. And 5 deep belly breaths here. And our last breath. Rolling over onto one side. Gently pushing yourself back up to seated. And just coming into a nice cross-legged shape. Letting the hands rest onto the knees, relaxing the shoulders back and down. And if you want to do a few little neck rolls, shoulder shrugs, just releasing the upper body. And then when you're ready, opening your eyes. And I hope that little wake up activation felt good for the body just to get it moving. And thank you so much for joining me for this quick practice.